I think at the start we felt elation, but I think those emotions should be put aside now. We've been in this position before and we've managed to lose it.
Stepping out onto the main stage are your reigning world champions.
We said it last year, we said it at the beginning of this year. We want to be the first team which wins back-to-back. That means a lot.
It's been 5 long years. Winning this would mean absolutely everything.
We know Tribe very well and we believe that we can beat them.
RPG, we still have a score to settle with you.
You lost one time, you can lose another one.
Please welcome to the stage, Tribe Gaming and Repotted Gaming! On the side of Tribe, we have Nebrax, Riqirez, pCastro, and Teemper and Cronos. Repotted, we've got Emircan, Philipp, X, Einstein, and of course, Leo. $300,000 is on the line. The trophy and a legacy that will forever be forged in the esports history books. One more war, and we will crown our champions. Casters, let's do this.
Winner take all. Repotted Gaming coming from the lower bracket, forcing that bracket reset. We've talked about that storyline, that it is possible. If you get sent to the lower bracket, you always have a shot, but it's a difficult shot.
The hands are shaking. You might second guess yourself. You're relying on your team to make the right choices. But at the end of the day, you're in the attack and you have to deploy those troops correct. This is now what everything is on. We have the first attack. Get it on the way. pCastro starting things off for Tribe Gaming. And we are here with Root Riders with this quick start with the Blimp in the beginning to get this match under his way.
And he finds the tornado trap right off the bat. The Yetis grab that value. Town Hall launches some of the shots, but it's okay. No rage needed. The value was there to set the funnel for the RC, and pulling that tornado trap early means the RC will not get affected by or any other troops as well. But even send the funnel to the left allows the World Champion to go straight to the core, straight to this Town Hall, and even has 7 more invisibility spells. The pathing is looking fantastic so far here for pCastro.
And it really seems like that the Tribe players have second-guessed their first attacks because this base, we have already seen it earlier. The question is if this second approach is enough to get the 3-star. The entire core is getting taken care of with the haste by the Royal Champion value. Take a look at that. This core is gone.
Look at that value so far. And it was a perfect ability to skip past that Crusher Mortar. Did unfortunately leave that Spear Fox there, but might be able to pull a little bit of the Clan Castle out by, let's see, yes, pulls a little bit more of the Ice Combs in the furnace. That could actually really help later in the attack.
No clue if planned, I don't think so, but in the end it turned out amazing for pCastro because this means the Firemites are already getting slowed down. We have the furnace taken care of with the poison. The Ice Golems are taken care of early on. And this means now on this back end, where all of those defending heroes are, this is where the Clan Castle cannot help anymore.
Yeah, he's continuing this push through the left side. Will have the Warden, the King, and the Queen ability intact here. But the King, he's placed all the way to the bottom side of the space. He's going to work slowly around with regular wall breakers because he can't take super wall breakers, so he busts open this bottom compartment. He has super barbs and the rocket loot. Loons. So you can only bring 2 of those super troops in any given attack as the Queen is making her way through. The Warden's Eternal Tome. Actually, no, it looked like it was the Healing Tome to heal things up to the top. There's the King's Earthquake Boot, Spiky Ball, straight to the bottom, and he does trigger that Giga Bomb.
I think the Royal Champion up there just went down, if I saw this correctly, while the King at the bottom side is trying his best to already damage the defending King. The multi-arch tower on the bottom side is staying alive, and that might be a problem as time is ticking.
Yeah, it's ticking here. He has, unfortunately, no way to open this compartment. The Root Rider is going to go down, so he's going to have to get stuck on this wall. Sends in a Headhunter delayed. Queen's already burned her ability since the Giant is there. It's getting locked down to Queen is going down, getting right on through this defensive King, but an Ice Golem can't really do much. It's going to stay to the edge. Queen is stuck in the core, and it's looking like a defense for General X and Repotted Gaming to start off the bracket reset.
Give them a second try, give them a third try, give them as many tries as they want. Those Repotted bases are keep defending. They cannot get into the first attack. Tribe Gaming getting a high percentage, but not what they were hoping for.
Can he start it off? Is it going to be the Lightning Queen Arrow that has been dominating today for them? And it is Hiritsu.
So let's see, can he take down that Water Crush, or is he going for something different? We have the first set of Loons to see if there's any traps hidden on this far left side. We have the Earthquake, there goes the Giant Arrow, there we have the Lightnings. The Pearl Tower stayed up though.
Barely missed that Multi-Inferno. That's a little bit of a break that Nebrax and Tribe Gaming are hoping for. So we have this Warden and Queen charging together in this bottom compartment. Does have a recall to be able to pull this Queen back. The healers need to heal her up, and does just get that Invis spell off. The timing was perfect there. Another Invis to continue to try to protect this Queen. Can he grab the ground expo and then pull this Queen back? It would, maybe.
The air defense.
Oh!
Okay, he's playing it safe. The air defense was locked onto one of those healers. Another healer going down, so taking a lot of healer damage, or even losing a couple of them early on. He now needs to make sure that the troops are walking in, trying to use the Royal Champion for that. The troop launcher is in there as well, as he's pushing now into the Town Hall. But that front tower in the core, it stayed up.
It stayed up, but not only that, it got repaired back to full health because of the Builder Hut that was right next to it. But he's continuing to push through. The Royal Champion taking damage from the Spring Trap. Balloons spawning from that troop launcher, but continuing into the core. But Itsu, he hasn't dealt with the defensive CC, so he will have to encounter that, which most likely will have Furnace, Ice Golem combination, which means his troops can get frozen on approach to the backside.
There goes the Overgrowth to make sure that that Mortar Crusher is not dealing too much damage as the defending Clan Castle is leaving now. He's dropping the poison to not just catch that Furnace, but as well the defending Minion Prince. We have the Royal Champion charging forward with those troops together. The King on the outside still having his ability, and the Royal Champ as well, but he needs to be careful. That Royal Champ, if she's charging too much for it, she might lose her alive.
Oh, he has to go with the freeze on the Minion Prince because it locked down on the RC. Gets her ability off. She goes invisible from the Spirit Fox. King did backtrack towards the Multi-Archer Tower. With the King ability, Ice Golem for the backside for something. Maybe that Ricochet cannon, but there's a lot left here. Itsu Roots are gone. Giga Bomb next to that Monolith, but now it's about the percentage game. We had 87% from pCastro. Can he approach that mark? It doesn't look like it, as the top side, the King's gonna get pulled into the Queen, and he's gonna go down, and Tribe can have the lead after the first set of attacks.
The spiky ball going through, and this might be the defense which Tribe was hoping for, because this is going to finish around the 80% mark. They might have the lead early on in this match, but it's just a couple of percentage points. And Nebrax is up next. Is he going to bring his Dragons again into the mix? And yes, indeed, we see the Dragons. No bonus this time around, no shenanigans. Instead, just the Royal Champion charge with 12 invisibility spells and quite some Rocket Loons to make sure that that Royal Champ is going into the direction he wants her to go. We have the start on the far left side, and even a Blimp getting invested to really push that Royal Champion onto that bottom side, and then later on into the Town Hall.
He's crossing his fingers, hoping the Royal Champion doesn't find that Tornado Trap, because that can really mess up a plan as an RC's trying to charge her way through. Maybe invis bottom side to help get the RC into that multi. The Ice Golems are there. The RC's getting distracted on some skellies, but she is going back into the core, and I think his plan is to try to get this RC to go to the Town Hall. It's risky with the Ice Golems being there. Ice Golems do not draw that Royal Champion. She should be clear, and Town Hall should be on approach after this Ground Expo.
Ooh, the Ground Expo is up next. He's taking a couple of shots from that Town Hall. Can he make it work? Okay. The Town Hall is under attack, and it should go down with the activation of the Haste Vial. Where is she heading next? We have her go for the top core, which means the next Inferno Tower is on the menu. Bitter Hut right after, and two more invisibility spells left to be deployed.
Oh, look at the value that Nebrax is pulling off here. Getting the Town Hall, getting one multi, getting the other, and he's continuing through, and the Ricochet cannon can go down to the core as well.
What a crazy opening. The double Blackman, though, is going to catch from the Hound, which means now with the Dragons are coming in, we have everything else to follow. He still has then a lot of base left, and those storages mean that those Dragons still have to go into the core.
Yeah, he is coming from behind the sweeper from the top side, but I'm going to hang on to the Warden Billy. The Queen, though, is off to the right. The Headhunter perfectly timed to come for the King to keep that Queen going. She can grab the Fire Spitter, the Air Defense at the bottom side. Let these Dragons work together at the top. The Minion Prince ability, maybe after he can lock onto the Poison Spell Tower, that could be a perfect line with the Minion Prince. No, he's waiting, really trying to wait as long as possible.
Because he has the Eternal Forest, making sure that he's protecting all of those Dragons. All the damage taken so far is getting healed up again. The Queen ability is still there. He's using that now to spawn that Giant, but he cannot reach into that compartment. The Giant has to go through that compartment. Not too much damage. Oh my, that Minion Prince ability was crazy good.
A brilliant Minion Prince ability to slow things down. There's the Tornado Trap from the Rocket Loons. Giant's getting into this bottom compartment. Does find quite a bit of traps. He goes down, but it's going to be up to the Minion Prince with 37 seconds. We do have a Phoenix, so he will come back to life. Queen is taking some damage to it. She's also helping a handful of Dragons with this Grand Warden. Itsu, it's looking good if he can continue through this bottom side.
Time is ticking as the Minion Prince is going crazy with that Dark Crown, making sure that damage is getting pushed out there. He is sure that this is going to be a 3-star, even though the Black Mine catching the Minion Prince. But this is the first 3-star for Tribe, not just in this match, but as well in the first, both matches combined, and they are back in it.
Guys, stay calm. Please stay calm. We win on triples. Someone's breathing into their mic.
Who needs help?
I need to do the next attack. I need to stay calm.
Okay.
You can see the nerves. He was just excited to get that 3-star. He was like, okay, guys, this is it. We are so close. We've never been this close before. We've been runner-ups, 2 Repotted Gaming last year. We've come so close in many years past. Can Teemper step up, provide that defense, and it's the double overgrowth strategy. No lightning, no giant arrow for this Queen combination, and let's see if he can keep that value for this Royal Champion.
And take a look at that. We see Tribe Gaming not taking any risk whatsoever with their core compartments. They have just such a stacked core with the Rage Tower behind the Town Hall. The question now is, can we see a Royal Champion charge with as well as crazy value as we have seen earlier?
Nebrax was able to get so much value. Looks like the Royal Champion is actually going to the top side towards this Tesla. Has to make that invisible to reroute the RC back into the core. Ice Golems are there. Watch out. RC, do not get locked onto those Ice Golems and get pulled to the top. And she does. She locks onto one. He recalls that Royal Champion. It's okay. It's not like she got stuck, and if he had a lot of invises, the RC would have not been able to get too much value after that.
I am scared for this core. This looks really, really annoying to approach for those Root Riders. Let's see if they can stay alive. We have to push begin. He's going to use the overgrowth on the Rage Tower as well, which means the Town Hall is not going to get boosted up and deals so much damage. The Troop Launcher is getting those Test Loons into the base. Another Rocket Loon in there to really keep those healers alive.
He's gonna have to push through this Giga Bomb. The Town Hall's awaiting. Giga Bomb goes off, but the Warden ability has been activated to help protect these Roots. Gonna really try to heal them up with the healers, but the Monolith is gonna be locking on soon. Can he power through with a Rage Spell into the core? He's waiting on this Overgrowth, maybe with the Crusher Mortar to the backside of this base. He's being very patient. King to the far left takes out the Bomb Tower, but there is finally the Overgrowth taking on the Crusher Mortar, the Ricochet Cannon, and the Multi to the back. But this core, like you mentioned it to, it is nasty.
And it's staying up. That Fire Spitter just melted that Royal Champion. Her ability was non-existent whatsoever, and this core is just staying up. And the bad news is the Mortar Crusher is coming back. It's not even down, which means this back end is really hard to overcome. 2 hero abilities to somehow save the day, or at least some percentage points.
And that's the benefit of coming from the upper bracket. You have a second life. You are telling Repotted Gaming, prove it. You have to take us down 2 times in a row to defeat us for the World Championship. But look at what he's doing. He's still bringing the percentage up slowly. Every single building matters here. He's racking it up, getting close to a 90%. The King should be able to grab a few more, maybe to the outside. That Ricochet Cannon might be a little annoying. Okay, the Queen's behind the wall, so he won't get much after that. 89% 2-star there. It is just a few above that we saw from pCastro at the 87 mark.
And we have Tribe, as you said, up next. Is it really Cronos going next?
Is it? Cronos.
Might be bad news. And do we see a Fireball again? We have seen crazy attacks from him over this weekend. And I want to hear from him what he's going to show us.
This can be the turning point of the war. Last time he did bring a 9 healer attack. Oh, he is bringing a 9 healer attack. This, I talked to him about this strategy, and he says that he's practiced this a lot, and it's all about getting...
Okay, he got him. Oh, good. I'm just getting pretty excited. I was not sure if he really got the Fireball in there. Keep going.
Okay, I was just saying that he was practicing this. It's all about that Warden. If you lose the Warden, the attack is over. But it's all about multitasking. Warden goes up top. Queen goes to the left. You want to pull that Queen back. And look at these Rocket Loons. A brilliant invis to snipe the Expo. And the Flame Flinger can now work through the bottom side of the space. And my friends, this attack could possibly be a 1-star because the Town Hall tends to be one of the last things to go down.
It is so much risk involved in this one. We have the Flame Flinger, though, working at this bottom side. The strongest siege, if you can set it up. And this looks really, really nice from Cronos. The question is, when is he going to recall that Queen? And how is the follow-up looking like? Because this is just multitasking on another level. The Queen slowing down because he's using that Frozen Arrow.
Oh, that Frozen Arrow is clutch. Pulls that Queen back with the recall and the healers. And this Warden is slowly pushing through. Watch out. Hopefully there's not Rocket Loons. He does have double poison, so he can drop 1 poison right away and another one closer to the Warden just in case to deal with a Furnace and Rocket Loon combination. Be careful as we have the Queen redeployed to the right side. We got the, actually no, that's the King and the Queen together over there as the King's trying to get into that compartment. The enemy Queen is onto his Queen. Watch out. She doesn't have the lock on. He has to go invisible. Keeps his Queen alive.
The multitasking is just going crazy. He has the Ward on the top left, King and Queen on the far right. At the bottom side, the Flame Flinger. We cannot even zoom that much out of the attack that we could even see everything because so much going on. And he still has the Royal Champion now jumping in as well from the bottom side to tank and take down this Expo so the Flame Flinger can even continue with the value.
This is what I'm talking about. You're leaving the Town Hall for the end. And luckily, the Royal Champion does lock onto the Town Hall. So it's at least going to secure the 2nd star. The Warden is still going. He needs to keep moving to the top side. Look at everything converging together. 2 freezes, 3 Rocket Loons. Maybe send the Rocket Loons to the left. Yes, one's going over there to Tesla. The Flame Flinger is actually still there. Hasn't opened yet. Maybe freeze the defensive mini prints where the Queen's coming. Perfect freeze right there.
What is this attack? Cronos is showing us how it's done.
Wow.
The Warden still alive. The Queen saved with the freeze. The Royal Champion coming in as well to get that 3-star. This man is built different. Getting Tribe even further ahead in this final match of this World Championship.
I just turned around to watch them in person, and I don't think that everyone at home saw it, but Cronos, when he stood up, he not only stood up to look at the crowd, he went directly and looked at Repotted Gaming. They didn't look back. Cronos is feeling it. If there's anyone that you want to step up for your team, it's this man right here, Einstein. He is able to get 3 stars left and right and even in his sleep. Let's see if he can do it here with a Warden Fireball. I'm assuming it's with the Fireball here. We got the Angry Jelly on him. Let's take a look. There it is, indeed. We have the Fireball with 2 Earthquakes to use. He knows this is do or die for Repotted Gaming, the final match of the competition. And the balloon right away, pulling a Seeking Air Mine, pulling a second Seeking Air Mine. This area could essentially be trapped here.
The question is, how many more traps are there? Do we see even more? And I mean, okay, this was more likely. Oh, wait a second. This was more like a Root Rider approach where you try to take down the first couple of Loons and such to really have those healers hitting those red bombs. But this right now, this Fireball has to hit. It has to get the value. Otherwise, this is a really tough call for Repotted.
He's got no poison, which means he's going to have to try to go for what? The Town Hall, and then double Earthquake, the Clan Castle, or maybe around the multi. He is doing a deep Warden charge. Invis, 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 Mortar, Invis up top. Fireball! It goes to the multi. It does hit the Clan Castle. He takes out the Crusher Mortar as well. He gets the value he's looking for to set up the rest of his hit.
Really great Fireball right there to get that value. Now even taking down the further behind Expo to make sure that he can set up that Flame Flinger. It is quite late, but still it can get the value as long as it's isolated and it can work on its own.
Very nice start for Einstein. He knows he can leave the Town Hall for the end just because he's got to risk it for the 3-star as the Flame Flinger continues through the left untouched, perfectly safe over there. And the Warden is about to step into range of that Giga Bomb. Ricochet Cannon's there, so you have to be careful with the damage of the multi-archer tower as well. Keep your eye on that, as he does now also send the King and Queen to the bottom. Time will be a factor, so you have to move everything from the base, every side of this base at the same time, so you can convert into the cores. The King is walking through the bottom with his ability, and he decides to use the Skelly spell to distract that Monolith.
There goes the wall, because we have now the opening towards the Town Hall. This King and Queen Hero Dive can get access to the Town Hall, but the question is, do they have enough power? There we go, the Rage. We have as well now the healers right up to really keep those troops alive. The Freeze in there as well to make sure that they're getting those buildings out. But this backhand is still looking dangerous. It's still looking like really not easy to overpower.
He still has the Royal Champion, not even deployed yet, with an Invis and 3 Rocket Loons left. He is looking good. It's about time here. The King and Queen have walked to the backside. They will continue into the core. 1 Invis, will use it for the Queen to grab the multi. The Warden is now locking on onto the enemy World Champ. Headhunter's in. There's the Invis. Take that out. Pops the RC ability. Rocket Loons as well.
Rocket Loons to really take down the less hope out of this base, because this is Repotted answer to Tribe Gaming. They're getting their first 3-star on the board as well, and this means that this match is far from being over.
He keeps Repotted in this match. The hope's still there. 2 triples from Tribe, but an answer from Einstein.
And I think he has the best hit rate when he does not need to 3-star, because he's always 3-starring right then. So let's find out what Riqirez is going to do for his team, as we have a couple of those Rocket Loons damaging those outside Wizard Towers. Now the Royal Champion exactly at the 50-second mark. This is important to get those timings in for those invisibility spells, and he's going right into this Poison Tower compartment.
And keep your eye on any traps, including that Tornado Trap. He is trying to get the value with this RC one by one, deploying those invises. She's going to the bottom side, uses another one. She can path into the core, and yes, indeed, she's going exactly there. Another invis, Earthquake. She's going to be able to grab the Town Hall. Another invis, and he's continuing. Yes, the Spirit Fox took some damage, but the Town Hall going down, plus everything else, is fantastic so far.
This is crazy. Really good control over the Royal Champion. And as well with that, avoided the Poison Tower, because that would have slowed him down quite a bit. Instead, getting the Town Hall, getting the core, everything is gone. But at the same time, this is a heavy investment. Remember, this means no overgrowth, no other crazy spell support. He is relying on his troops and his hero abilities to make this work.
Enemy Queen is there targeting the Valk, so they're going for the wall, but the Headhunter jumps, going to be able to try to help take this Queen down. The Headhunter, unfortunately, does go down. down. So the archers are trying to take the enemy queen down over the wall. The archers do secure her. So at least any distraction up there is gone. So his queen and the roots are continuing through this bottom side one by one. The king also deployed to the bottom. Warden's going to hang on to his ability as long as possible, probably trying to use it when he approaches that crusher mortar to the middle of the space.
This is going to be the crucial moment when he's going, and if he's going to take down the mortar crusher, the tornado trap is going to delay things even further. The freeze was really nice to really push into that power of the base. When is the warden popping?
There it is.
There we go. The internal ability is getting used. He has to get quick access towards that mortar crusher. Otherwise, things might go down. He turned that minion prince invisible, and it's going to deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's doing a lot. The crusher mortar needs to go down with these roots assisting. The queen and king still have their abilities. The queen can pop hers soon, so the giant can get out in front. But look, the top side, there are some open compartments up there, so the king can walk his way in and out of there with no wall breakers left. The roots need to move through. The defensive king is there. Drops a minion to the top side to help with cleanup. What about the gold storage that's off to the left over there? Keep your eye on that, but he's still waiting as long as possible to use his cleanup and this ability of the king.
With the queen ability, making sure that he can get through that compartment a little quicker. The giant has gotten that wall open. The king, as I said, can leave and enter into the base. Giant bombs on the outside, but that spiky ball has to get him the 3-star. And there we go, going through. Queen is there, queen close, warden, and this is again the answer from Tribe Gaming.
What? That is now 3 triples for Tribe, forcing Repotted Gaming to have to triple with General X and Philipp just to tie this war. Their hopes and dreams for a repeat comes down to this attack. If it doesn't triple, it is pretty much out the window. This must 3-star here for Repotted Gaming. Yeti off to the right. The Hog Rider, nice touch to jump out in front to test for any Teslas to protect that Flame Flinger. He does even pull the poison and takes out that enemy queen with the distraction of the Yeti. And we are seeing the Warden down to the bottom side. He's going to move slowly through it, but we're going to see a Yeti smash style attack.
Yeah, that warden has to really get this Expo and the wood arch tower, and if possible, get as well that ricochet cannon. He needs to set up the pathing into the tunnel for those super Yetis. And the question is, can he get that quickly enough? Because that Angry Jelly is running out pretty soon.
This Warden is reaching over, taking out this Ricochet Cannon. Clan Castle's in the core. No Earthquakes, as we have a jump. 5 freeze spells to use, as he does open up the compartment for the Town Hall. As he set up that funnel, Warden will be pulled now down to the Queen. Ice Golems deployed, Super Yetis are down. He set the funnel, pushing into the Town Hall, then he can jump and even pair in a King Earthquake boot after that, or maybe even before it, so he can jump to the backside of the base.
We have the furnace on the far left side doing its job, spawning fire bites and taking down the outside buildings, where we have now the interesting push into that core. Everything is relying on this one. The Royal Champion in there as well, trying to really push those troops even further to the side. The Ice Golems are in there and are distracting all those troops.
Yeah, with this push into the middle, there's the King's Earthquake Boots trying to continue through, but he can't really reach that Crusher Mortar unless the Queen has to reach over the wall, but he's going to get stuck on the wall. Enemy Royal Champion takes out his Ice Golem, so freezes up. Headhunter joins his RC. The Flame Flinger is still there. They're converging into the top side. The defensive Minion Prince is hitting, but the Warden ability is still there. Just goes off perfectly to continue this push to the top side.
And as all of this is going on, the Flamefinger is still working. General X is feeling it. There's another freeze coming in. And with those defenses going down one by one, we see just only troops left in this attack, because this giant is not going down anymore. And there is plenty of time left. General X has done it again. He has kept his team in this competition.
That 3-star was clutch. Can the closers of Repotted Gaming hold off and make the comeback? But really, the fate of Tribe Gaming is going to come down to the hands of Teemper. If he's able to put up enough of the percentage, they can take this one and lock up the victory. 83 is the tie. 84 is the victory. That's the mark you have to keep in mind here, assuming Philipp would triple. If it's below an 83, Repotted Gaming could win. That's assuming it's a 2-star, of course, right? So let's see. what Teemper can do. No pressure, my friend, with double overgrowths. An angry jelly on the Warden. Is it a fireball? I don't think so. It's probably just a Warden charge and then move into the Roots as the Warden is down. A couple red air bombs to start. Do not lose this Warden here, Teemper.
With owning Expo on the Warden, he should be fine for now. But there's always the time pressure when you're using the Angry Jelly, because remember, it is going to lose the effect after a few seconds. Well, the Fire Spitter is gone. Can he get that Expo as well?
Yeah, that Expo will be nice value as he's setting this up with 4 Rocket Loons, 4 Root Riders, the double overgrowth to be able to be used as he slowly will make his way around the base. But once his Expo goes down, you can start with the Roots at the bottom. A Tassel does pop here. Does he try to grab that? He's going to get stuck on these buildings here. But there's the Queen, should pull the Warden, and indeed she does. Ice Golem is down. We have a Blimp as well selected so far here, Itzu.
And he somehow needs to make sure that maybe that Blacksmith building is going down, because the Queen might get stuck on the Hero Hall and is then going to go to the left side because the other troops are keep moving forward. So let's keep an eye on that Archer Queen. Where is she going after that Hero Hall? No, she's staying with the troops, and that was super crucial.
Nice Blimp there, so that Town Hall does not hit the healers, takes it down, also pulls out the Clan Council, poisons it up in the core. Remember, 83% is the mark to tie, 84% is a war victory, and Tribe will be crowned the champions. He continues through with the King to the left. Snakes are jumping, finding quite a bit of traps, but there is a delayed Ice Hound pulling the poison and freezing this top section up.
But this Archer Queen, he is forcing her into the direction of the Root Riders with a really, really smart deployed invisibility spell. Now it's all about this back end. The Queen, though, turning around. There are many defenses. The Warden might go down.
Uh-oh, the Queen's going the wrong way. She's going to the bottom. Is this a chance for Repotted Gaming? There's the overgrowth onto the Monolith to stop hitting it because he wants this Rage Gem of the Warden. He's slowly moving through, but the Queen will have her ability, so she can actually stay to the edge, help grab percent over there. He's gonna have to push through the top side into that Giga Bomb. Couple back and Rocket Loons for this multi to try to keep that Warden alive.
Oh no, the Queen might go through the wall, and this will be really, really painful for her. No, instead, she's going around the outside, and that's exactly where he needs her, because this means that she might get some more percentage points. The King at the top side already went down, but the percentage points are just missing. He's just closing in on the 70% mark.
Uh-oh, is the door open for Repotted Gaming? Remember, 83 is the tie. If Philipp triples, they could win on the final attack. The Queen's still going, racking up every single building. Remember, that is why every building matters. 75, Giants going through. Splash will kill these skellies. Multi-arch tower goes down. 77, just a few buildings down, but the real Queen's gone.
And the Queen clone is gone as well. 77 seconds. Rocket Loons are swarming in.
Oh no.
79. He needed 84% to clutch this victory. But in the end, it will be maybe 80%. 80%.
It doesn't matter. It has to be a 3 now from Philipp. A 3-star to win the World Championships, all on Philipp's shoulders. Could be back-to-back champions or Tribe Gaming. If it's a 99% 2-star, Tribe Gaming is crowned the World Champions.
This is insane. Philipp. Having everything on his shoulders. I mean, no pressure whatsoever, right?
What?
Everything is relying on him. The entire match, the entire year, everything is getting decided by this next attack. The final attack of this year's World Championship.
Thousands of hours of work have come down to this moment. So many supporters, everyone is watching in anticipation for this attack. The final attack of the Clash of Clans World Championship in 2025 comes down to Philipp and Repotted Gaming with a Giant Arrow and Lightning spells. Good luck to Philipp.
But this base looks for sure interesting with the Rage Tower behind that Town Hall, which is not as common. So how does this work? Let's find out as he's setting up that Giant Arrow. The lightning's already. Does he hit the Giant Arrow? And yes, the core is gone. The question is, can the base still defend? This opening was successful already so many times, but does it work again?
How are his hands just not shaking so much. He's focused, he's dialed in here as the Queen and Warden charging to the top side. Notice he does have that recall spell to pull the Queen and the Warden back from the top side. But time, that's the one thing. If it's a 99% 2, Tribe will be the winners. It's gotta be the 3 or nothing.
Everything is in now, which means that Queen at the top side trying to somehow take even more value out, getting recalled now, but the Ricochet Cannon being the first target for the Root Riders. Everything now is sending from the top side. The healers are in, Test Loons are in as well, and the Minion Prince has to go down quick.
Oh, the Minion Prince is locking onto these Roots. The Queen can come over, the Headhunter slows him down. But remember from that giant arrow from the very start, the funnel was created. They're pathing their way all the way around, but that Flame Flinger is now gonna get in range of the enemy Queen. Skelly's pop over there, so it opens up with these Yetis now.
Oh, this means as well that the Archqueen is not getting taken care of. Those Yetis, the Skellies were defending. Another Springtrap popping up. Can this Queen defend herself? We have the Eternal, no wait, the Healing Tome activated, the King Spiky Ball activated earlier, and the Rage Tower staying there.
Oh, he's still going. The Rage Spell Tower has not been activated. The King is gone from the bottom. You usually want to keep that King alive to get at the value towards the backside. Royal Champion still has her ability with the Skelly, a freeze, put into. There's only a minute left in the hit.
Time is ticking. The Royal Champ ability can be used at any point. There goes the Tornado Trap, rotating everything away from this Fire Spitter, which is now start firing. We have the Royal Champ going for the Town Hall. There's as well the Giga Bomb waiting as well.
He's moving. The Town Hall's going down, but there's a lot.
It is over! He has no troops!
Bro, he has an RC.
Look at the base! He has 30 seconds!
Done. The Gigabomb's going to be a problem. The RC ability goes off. Do Repotted have enough?
Tribe!
Champion dream, and the Fire Spitter is the dream for Tribe Gaming for the first World Championship, because this is not going to work, and Philipp is not going to get this 3-star. With the Royal Champion going down, this means Tribe Gaming is your World Champion.
Congratulations, Tribe Gaming has done it! Your 2025 Clash of Clans World Champions! They've turned their second place finishes finally into a first place finish. They took down the team that defeated them last year in the grand finals. They got their revenge and have earned the title. And a huge congratulations for Tribe Gaming. And also, pCastro has now officially been crowned the first ever 2-time world champion.
And this is pretty much giving him the official title of the GOAT of Clash of Clans. Double title for him. Tribe Gaming, after so many years of getting second, third, finally getting that World Champion title, and they have put on the show.
Congratulations, Tribe Gaming!
After 6 years of the Clash of Clans World Championships, Tribe Gaming finally have their title. Gentlemen, get prepared. I'm going to talk to all of you, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know. Cronos, I got to say, try to put into words the emotions you're feeling right now, if possible.
I think they're giving us the words. That's all I want to hear. There's one word. Let me hear it!
I'm going to go down the line. Teemper, you just had to give us a little sprinkling of worry, didn't you, right at the end there? But dude, you're a champion. How'd you feel, man?
It's amazing. I have no words.
There are no words. Nebrax, friends, family, supporters, all here in the arena. What would you like to say to them, man?
thanks to the whole support. It has been 5 years now. We were always so close, and finally it worked. Thanks a lot for everything.
pCastro, the two-time. How amazing does that sound? Now, you know what? I've got to say, sitting in the audience yesterday, I had a conversation with a few of the other teams. Some of the guys from Na'Vi, some from Carry Esports. They all wanted you to win. How does it feel to have your peers supporting you as well?
I don't have a voice, so I can't say so much.
That's totally fine. We'll go over it. Are you happy?
Yeah.
He's happy. That's what we need. I'm going to dive over here. Ricky, my man, $300,000, a world championship title. Dude, I can see the emotions on your face right now. But is there anyone that you would like to thank?
I mean, thanks to all the supporters, screw all the haters. I love you guys.
They love you too. Now I'd like to welcome our community managers, Marco and Vlad, onto the main stage to present you with your check for $300,000. Make some noise, DreamHack Atlanta. Step forward, please, guys, to receive your check. Have you ever seen a check for $300,000 before?
I mean, I have, but not like this.
Have you ever touched one?
I have not, no.
Here we go. Tribe Gaming, I would like you to lift that trophy one more time and solidify yourselves in the history books here in Clash of Clans Esports, okay? DreamHack Atlanta, go crazy for your 2025 Clash of Clans World Champions. They are Tribe Gaming!
They have kept us on the edge of our seats. This final was crazy. Ups and downs, but in the end, we have Tribe Gaming as the world champion. This was a really, really crazy road, and we had two of you with Judo and Bash experiencing this from the community side. How did that feel?
It was electric. Both teams putting up an immense performance. Those back-to-back 3 stars keeping us on the edge of our seat was next level, and we expected nothing less than a grand final rematch between these two teams. Tribe Gaming coming out on top this year. What happens next year, Bash?
Oh, baby. We're still looking for our first back-to-back champions, but this 2025 World Championships was pure cinema. An amazing performance from Repotted Gaming, but ultimately, our champions, Tribe Gaming.
You couldn't write it any better. Coming down to the final attack, that's the thing you tell yourself in your head when you're practicing. You're imagining, oh, imagine it's the final attack for the World Championship. It comes down to this, and it did in this competition. And Tribe Gaming, for the first time ever, crowned the world champions. And of course, pCastro crowned a second-time world champion, and he's the only one of one to ever do it.
It is an incredible achievement doing this with this team. They have tried this as well many years. They have come close, but really made this their World Championship stage with the fans together, cheering them on in the home crowd, going loud. And now we see it again, Cronos. This team is feeding so much from this energy from the crowd. I feel like the team as well, they have worked together with the crowd.
I am so happy for them. Cronos, year after year, has picked his team back up. We can do it, guys. Come on, let's keep working at this. And it has shown that the dedication they have put in year after year has finally paid off.
Paid off in the biggest way. Look at that big check. That's a big payday. but I am so proud of these gentlemen there. I'm not gonna lie, watching from the crowd, I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh yes, oh no! It was such a back and forth war. We talked about the addition of pCastro, what the missing piece may be, and it seems like that was it. These guys just played their hearts out this weekend, and I think it was so well-deserved for them.
Well-deserved for Tribe Gaming. They worked so hard for this moment. They went through the gauntlet of emotions year over year, and Itsu, you were part of that roller coaster journey of feeling what they feel, and you get to witness Tribe Gaming win it here. They have put it, the effort, just incredible, and they show it right there with their emotions.
It was crazy to witness, that's for sure, and I feel like just the energy. I mean, I know I'm coming back to this always with the energy, but this is just the peak for every single pro player out there, interacting with the community, interacting with the audience, and the way on how they did it is just giving goosebumps to everyone. Like, trust me, if you're on that stage, it is just a complete different story. It is just game-changing.
Having the crowd there, shouting your name, screaming your team, it must just be electric. And seeing the raw emotions there after they finally got it done was just incredible. If there was an MVP of this tournament, you'd have to say Cronos, final war, doing that multiple hero charge again. What a risk. How does he even do that?
Yeah, I mean, not only that, but just spiritually keeping his team alive, keeping them in the game. Keep your heads up. You saw him patting the guys on the back after a fail. Just such a great performance. But let's just go ahead and take a look at them. And I think we're going to be taking a look at our tournament and the bracket, how we got to this point, Carbon.
Yeah, with Tribe Gaming coming from the upper bracket, putting up 11 to 10, then 12, 13 to 12, 13 to 10, making it to the grand finals, feeling that defeat of only putting up 10 stars, their worst performance, but then bouncing right back and winning it. It's not about total stars, it's about winning that match. And Tribe Gaming got it done. Finally got over that hill, and they don't have to receive all of those words of, you know, maybe next year.
That's right, but at the same time, the team which has challenged them, the team which has pushed them to their limits with Repotted Gaming, they have done nearly the impossible. We had not seen over the last couple of years a team which can push this bracket reset, and they have nearly made it a reality.
They certainly nearly did, but you have to say as well, it is equally more impressive from Tribe Gaming that they were able to bounce back the way that they did, and especially the way that they started out that matchup as well. They must have had those nerves again, not again, but they bounced back. They kept their heads in the game, and I think that is just so impressive.
Agreed with that. There was such chills, absolute excitement through this arena. I don't know how well you could hear it on the broadcast, but I couldn't even hear my wife sitting next to me. That's how loud it was in this arena. It was just so exciting. Each 3-star from both of these teams. What a grand final we just had.
What a grand final it was. Congratulations again to Tribe Gaming coming in first, receiving that $300,000 check. Repotted Gaming with $150,000, still a nice chunk of change to take home. And after winning last year, I mean, they'll take it. Of course, they wanted to be the defending world champions, but Tribe just edging it out. We'll go ahead and get our final thoughts of this whole year of competition.
I mean, it was a crazy year, that's for sure. We had some changes with how those pros have adjusted bases, strategies, everything about how you can break them down and get them on those 3 stars. We have seen them Repotted coming up with their crazy, unique approach with the lightnings, with the giant arrow, but in the end it was not enough, and Tribe Gaming taking the entire year.
I have to say, it has been a World Finals to another level. The ups and downs that we've had, all of the emotions, the talent that we've seen from the players, and also the way we've been able to highlight the base building with the esports mode. We've really had it all. I've, for one, loved casting with you guys, loved being involved. I always think just the live audience is incredible as well. So I mean, that just sums it all, doesn't it? We've had an amazing weekend.
Absolutely, Judo. I mean, it was such an exciting season, casting all these qualifiers with you guys, being up here live in DreamHack Atlanta. Just an amazing season. I want to thank all the players for the incredible content throughout the season, all the players for their preparation through here, all of our staff. Thank my wife for supporting this journey, and my kids at home, Madison, Evie. I see you guys. Love you guys. Miss you. Thank you, everyone, for an amazing season. Carbon, close us out.
Absolutely. What an incredible year we had here for 2025 esports for Clash of Clans. And again, Tribe Gaming coming out on top. Can't wait for what's coming next year with Town Hall 18. We are going to love that. But that's going to wrap it here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed all the competition. And until next year, Clash on!